I spent an unreasonable amount of time suffering through some of the most heinous video games I've ever played in search of the worst. For the console that's known for its questionable games, the Nintendo Wii. Does your mom ever come home after shopping at Walmart on a Saturday afternoon, and as you're helping her unpack groceries, there, in between the Suave shampoo and the Q-tips, you see a Cold Stone Creamery Scoop It Up Wii game? Oh boy, a video game, how exciting. And your mom tells you, yeah, I found it in a clearance bin for only $5. And you're so excited that you pop that puppy into the Wii, and you're playing only to realize this is actually way less fun than a lot of the games that I play on Cool Math Games on one of those really chunky laptops at school. That ever happened to you? Relatable at all? The Wii is home to some of my most beloved gaming experiences. Staying up all night playing Super Mario Galaxy 2 with my little sister, both of us filled with whimsy and in awe that a game about a small Italian man could be so fun. The Wii revolutionized gaming because it was for everyone, which is really awesome and cool, right? Yeah, but also really terrible because everybody wanted to get their dirty little paws on the Wii. And coincidentally, other Nintendo consoles were notoriously difficult for third-party developers to make games for until the Wii, where Nintendo basically said, let them loose. Let's let these third-party developers in. You can make a game. You can make a game. You can make a game. You can all make a game. A monumental amount of games were made for the Wii. And many of these games were bad. I have become obsessed with finding out what is the worst of the worst. How bad did these games get? And with that, we embark on a quest. So what makes something the worst? According to Oxford Dictionary, the worst, as a noun, is defined as the most serious or unpleasant thing that could happen. What we're going to do is focus on the word unpleasant. We are looking for the most unpleasant gaming experience possible. I want to make it very clear, we are not looking for campy bad games like, oh, it's so bad it's good. The game that will be crowned the worst Wii game ever made is going to give me such an unpleasant experience that I can't believe it was made. Something that makes me think maybe I should go outside and touch the earth, be with nature for a little bit. I want to find a game so bad it breaks me out. It gives me acne. Greetings, seekers of wisdom. It is I, Grand Wizard Geordie. I bring forth the sponsor of today's video, Nurx. Nurx is a digital healthcare platform with a veritable grimoire of expertise, offering aid in realms such as birth control, acne treatments, and anti-aging. My excitement knows no bounds, for I too have invoked the powers of Nurx. I procured just what I needed from the comfort of my wizard's tower. Users use Nurx to take control of their healthcare. A good wizard always takes care of themselves. They offer a wide range of clinically proven, dermatologist-trusted treatments for that pesky acne. Each treatment plan being personalized to each individual. Thanks to Nurx for sponsoring this video. Taking control of your healthcare starts here. Go to nurx.com/Geordie McNeil to get started, or click the link in the description. That's nurx.com/Geordie McNeil. Results may vary, not offered in every state. Medications are only prescribed if clinically appropriate, and consultation is required. And so I began my quest. I sifted through defunct game forums, YouTube videos, top 10 lists, Quora, or is it Quora? And of course, everybody's favorite, Reddit.com. And man, Reddit really is the place where you can feel really connected to the rest of humanity through your niche questions and needs. Like, I need to find the worst Wii game ever made because of my soul-consuming curiosity, and this person needed to find the worst Wii games ever made because they wanted to sabotage their evil cousin's Wii they were getting for their 8th birthday. A little tomato action. Except nobody really says tomato. And now that I think about it, maybe this person's motives are kind of, questionable. They did provide a list with YouTube links of all of the games that they collected. That was actually pretty kind of them to do. Anyway, I wonder where that 8-year-old kid is now. When I told you I was obsessed with finding the worst Wii game in existence, I wasn't joking. That wasn't hyperbole. I'm like Jacques in Finding Nemo, except instead of bacteria, it's bad Wii games, and the internet is my fish tank. Shout out Jacques. Character that really shaped me, apparently. I went through a list of every single Wii game ever made because I'm insane. I let my soul decide what it felt was probably going to be a really bad game. No game was safe. Not even you, Imagine Party babies. Can't hide from me. A pea that lives in the same pod as the Wii is shovelware. Even if you don't think you know what shovelware is, you know what shovelware is. Low budget, poor quality games released in the hopes of being purchased by unsuspecting customers is often referred to as shovelware. These are the games that were in the $5 discount bins at Walmart. But there's a secret third pea in the pod, and that pea is Data Design Interactive, also known as DDI. DDI was a game studio that developed all the shovelware poster children for the Wii, and many of their games are the main characters of this video. DDI is criticized for many things that are borderline criminal, but the most important thing today is the fact that they copy and pasted the same game 4 times with a different theme and concept. I'm not kidding. Everything is the same. So I guess it's kind of cool in the sense where you're like, do I want to be a Ninja Bread Man or Elvis? Otherwise, they were selling the same exact game. We've researched, we've collected data, and we have our list of potential games, and now it's time for the qualifiers. This is where we're going to be testing out games to make sure they're eligible for the tournament. By eligible, I mean if they are too fun, they do not qualify. Hence the word qualifiers. The worst Wii game ever made is quite the statement. And because I have a limited amount of brain cells, I needed the rest of my brain cells, aka my chat, to help me make these decisions as we continue our quest. So I streamed most of the games on my list, except for this dog game that I played really late at night once, and I actually had a really good time playing it, so it was immediately disqualified. And by God, did we game. This is an anti-nepotism story. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. Oh my God, I'm killing a whole family lineage. Bye! Bye! Okay, that guy was in my way. Oh my God, the way this bunny runs is insane. It looks like a GTA character. Gosh, oh my gosh, it's George Lopez! Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Silly Monkey is a free thinker. I feel rage playing that. Grandma was a smoker, that's for sure. Oh, he's so cute. I'm kind of different. I don't think that beauty is everything. There's no better way to find a winner of something than a bracket. Actually, maybe a cage match, but we cannot do that with video games, so we are doing the bracket. I mean, we're doing it like any other sport, you know, video games, you know, that's in the e-sport. Spy Games Elevator Mission. Spy Games Elevator Mission is a first-person shooter arcade-style game where you go through a 50-story building to recover 5 discs. IGN gave it a 2.5 out of 10, citing it has poor control, repetitive bad visual and sound, and plays out like an N64 shooter that you shouldn't have to pay for at all. Yikes. So I went into this, like most of these games, with really low expectations. Oh yeah, these graphics are so bad. Whoa. Oh, the controls are so bad. Holy moly. Holy guacamole. This feels like a NyQuil dream. Boom. Shakalaka. And were all the critiques valid? Yeah. But I actually found myself playing and not getting very bored. Oh, boom, headshot. Boom, headshot. Is the game good? Absolutely not. Did I have any clue what was going on half the time? Absolutely not. Did I feel like I was shifting to an American Psycho Joker fanfiction? Absolutely. Pizza Delivery Boy, let's go. Pizza Delivery Boy is a simulation game, I guess. Basically, these 3 weird-looking brothers have these super successful pizza shops, but they got lazy and went out of business, and the whole town hates them all. Only one brother has enough money to keep his restaurant going, and he hires us to help. Our job description says Pizza Delivery Boy, but we are also making the pizzas and delivering the pizzas. But I mean, it was nice. We had a day off for every day we worked. However, we use our day off to do tasks for the townspeople to help the reputation of the restaurant. Don't forget, tomorrow you have a day off, so explore the town and pick up an errand for extra cash. My brothers are waiting for you to buy back their restaurants. Oh, I have to buy back the restaurants while they sit on their ass? Is he doing any work? Doesn't seem like it. I liked that this game had a story, even if it was a terrible one. Like, you hired me as a pizza delivery boy, not a business consultant. The pizza making gameplay was genuinely one of the most poorly designed cooking game mechanics I've ever experienced. The most notable being the fact that you have to place the customer's topping request exactly as they requested. So I have to place a mushroom in this specific spot on the pizza, and I get docked pay if I don't do it. It's just like 5 orders is too much for this. Like, this isn't the only part of the game, but making these pizzas, I'm a pizza it's called pizza delivery boy, not pizza delivery chef. Eventually, you do get to do the job you were hired for, which was delivering pizzas. It was very Simpsons Hit and Run and Crazy Taxi vibes. This is actually a military-grade scooter. But my favorite part was doing the missions on our off day that would increase the pizza restaurant's reputation. I wouldn't describe the driving to be smooth or necessarily something I would want to do for a long period of time. Stop hitting me with those tomatoes! I'm going to make a sim character of these kids and literally drown them. But if I were given the option of either being waterboarded or playing this game, I would probably pick play this game. Both of these games cost $30, which in modern times, that's like $45. And that's kind of the theme for the rest of the games in this tournament. $30 seemed to be the sweet spot of what's cheap enough, people will buy this, but we can still kind of get away with scamming them. I think Pizza Delivery Boy is the worst game. I know my decision for this was probably diabolical to you, but Spy Game's elevator mission felt like it fulfilled its purpose as a first-person shooter arcade game. Despite multiple game modes, Pizza Delivery Boy felt more repetitive and boring. Alright, The Bachelor game. The Bachelor, the video game, is a party game in which you get to compete for the love of this guy. It's actually exactly like The Bachelor, except instead of talking to the person you may marry, you play mini games to win his love. I don't even like this Bachelor. Like, why do I have to play mini games for him? The mini games in this game are so terrible that it actually makes me sad. This is genuinely the dumbest thing I've ever done. I honestly just want to move on from talking about this game right now. Monkey Mischief is a really great competitor for The Bachelor since it's also a party game, but instead of playing as women, you are playing as monkeys. And instead of competing for love, you are competing for survival. Monkey Mischief's gameplay is honestly pretty basic, but the noises the monkeys make did make me scared. The sound effects are throwing me off. Chat voted on this one and it was basically no competition. Yeah, Bachelor's definitely the winner. This is Major Minor's Majestic March. Major Minor's Majestic March is a tough one for me to pin down how I feel about it, even right now as I'm sitting here pondering. So Major Minor was actually supposed to be a good game, and I could feel that as I played. The story was really unique and weird, but kind of in a good way. You basically play as this cat. Imagine if the cat had a low taper fade. Imagine if Ninja got a low taper fade. Y'all are funny. Major Minor wants to lead the band very badly, but he didn't have a talisman. So his friend's like, why don't you just use the one your smoker grandma possesses? And then he's like, oh my god, yeah. And then smoker grandma harasses him into marching.
This is your first big chance. Don't blow it.
Okay, grandma. Oh,
Gigi,
he looks
Gigi,
stressed.
it's serious.
March, march, keep on marching.
Oh,
March,
no,
march,
he's literally
keep on
going through
marching.
trauma.
Keep on marching.
The mechanics of the game are unfortunately bad and are also confusing and unresponsive. The side eye. The gameplay itself was also just a bit awkward, which honestly kind of made me sad because I wanted to enjoy this game.
Also known as Aubergine. What was his plan?
Oh, we have a villain entered the chat. Okay, villain. Did you guys hear that in the back of my throat? It sounded like a freaking raptor. But it fell short in a major way. One thing that is nice is if you fail twice, your demon grandma uses magic jelly beans to keep the band more chill. I'm curious what's in those jelly beans and where Granny got them. So yeah, this game is weird and doesn't really work. Okay, so last minute entry of Chicken Shoot. Chicken Shoot is a shooter game where you shoot chickens. Some people say this game is the poster child of shovelware, but it's interesting because the original Windows game was apparently really well received. The Wii version was panned by critics as it received generally unfavorable reviews, while the DS version was overwhelmingly disliked. In 2015, Games Radar said that it was the worst game on the Wii. That is a statement because I'm trying to determine that myself, and we cannot take this lightly because they're literally a game company. Girl fights. To be honest, I really wasn't surprised at this game. I wasn't like, oh wow, yes, this game is so bad and so weird, boo. You know, I didn't do that. Who's shooting at me? Who's shooting me? If I was advertised Chicken Shoot and I bought it for $30, I didn't even really have to look at anything more than the box, and I knew what I would get out of the game. So I feel like if someone bought it and they played it, like it works, I would be like, yeah, I guess that's what I paid for. You know what I mean? Whereas with Major Minor, if I was expecting like a really fun rhythm game and that's what I got, I would be shocked. I'd be bamboozled. Did they have to price Chicken Shoot at $30? Absolutely not. I'm gonna have to say that between these, Major Minor is the worst game. Shocking upset. Oh geez. It's just, I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, oh, I don't want to play this, which, you know, we're getting to some bad games. Hell's Kitchen is a cooking simulator where you work your way up being the only employee at your restaurant that Gordon Ramsay owns, I guess. The Hell's Kitchen game is actually pretty fun. See that asterisk I put on screen? That's because I mean fun in the context to the rest of these godforsaken games. However, I did get anxiety playing because I'm just anticipating getting yelled at the whole time by Mr. Ramsay. What are you guys waiting for?
People are getting impatient.
Oh, because he just sits there watching you. It's basically Diner Dash, which is a concept that actually works. So they basically just said copy paste with that. But also, let's add some cooking. He actually has his voiceover in this, which is pretty cool.
Congratulations.
Ping pong simulator, let's go. Balls of Fury is based on the movie about funny guys doing ping pong. And in this game, you play a guy playing ping pong. Oh my gosh, it's George Lopez! The controls for this game are broken, so it may be a slightly broken game. I don't understand. And as someone who loves both pinging and ponging, I was so bored playing this game. Even when I was trying to find some sort of thing to hold on to, I couldn't. The closest thing I had to an ounce of fun was yelling Balls of Fury every so often. Balls of Fury! And because it's also kind of broken, Balls of Fury continues on. Billy the Wizard is our first DDI game of the tournament. How exciting. And man, they really came out swinging with this one. Billy the Wizard is a broomstick racing game. The concept of playing a wizard, and I know that this will probably be shocking for you, is one that I really like. There are 3 game modes, but that doesn't really matter because the first time I played this, I couldn't determine if it was accidentally made to be extremely hard or it was just broken. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose it. I'm like getting motion sick. Oh god. Why are we not using the Wii remote with better sensitivity? Why did they choose the nunchuck? That was an active choice they made. Which then caused me to rage quit. Guys, I can't do it. I'm sweating playing this. I cannot do it. I hate this. I'm angry playing this, and that's something I'm gonna have to note. So because of that, Billy the Wizard, you continue on. Burger Island is basically just a mobile game without ads, which honestly isn't too bad of a concept. It's got the classic mobile game surface level story about how this couple just gave this girl they never met their whole restaurant, their life's work, and then you make burgers and burger adjacent items with the typical cooking gameplay. You upgrade your food items, it gets more difficult as you progress, and there is this French guy. Beastly is another shovelware movie game, except instead of playing the main characters, you play as someone who doesn't seem to know anyone really. Hey, what were you doing on my girlfriend's locker? What are you talking about? Weren't we just helping him win the election? But is constantly asked to do tasks for the main characters. Can I take a few pictures for the school paper? I don't feel like working right now. Oh, could we? We have to take pictures for the school. You don't feel like working right now. That's your job. Why am I doing these tasks for everyone? We are also weirdly in everyone's business. Why are we the one doing this? We don't know him, it seems like. I think this game is what it actually feels like to be an NPC. You know how you'll play a game and just wonder what the NPCs are doing in their free time? This is it. Oh my god, I just feel like such a creepy loser. The game also includes just random clips of the movie that have no relevance to the game whatsoever. Beastly is a difficult one for me because I had fun playing it, but I couldn't tell if it was just my mood the first time I played it. Sometimes I get in moods where I can have fun watching paint dry. Hex? This is the only time the music has changed in this game. We're casting spells. So I let it enter the tournament to confirm if it was fun or not, and it is confirmed. Beastly is such a weird but entertaining game. I've never played anything like it in my life, honestly. So with that, Burger Island continues. Action Girls Racing is another DDI game, but for girls. It uses motion controls, which I appreciate the attempt, and they work okay. However, the design, style, and gameplay are all unforgivable. I am also not good at this racing game made by DDI, so maybe I'm just bitter. Oh yeah, the Grey's Anatomy game, you guys ever played? It's kind of like an MLG game. The Grey's Anatomy game is a visual novel with some really nearly comical minigames dispersed between different moments where the plot progresses. The game is actually supposed to be an original episode, and it's also clearly a filler episode that just didn't get used. Oh, not with the baby. Not with the baby there. Come on. Grey's Anatomy versus Action Girls Racing. Action Girls Racing is a boring racing game. Grey's Anatomy is like a visual novel. You play mini games that are weird. I think the worst game is probably, unfortunately, Action Girls Racing. The iCarly game is basically just a worse, less fun version of WarioWare. If you've never played WarioWare, imagine a really fun game, and then imagine a version of it that isn't as fun, and that's the iCarly game. iCarly is the better game. I thought Baby Game vs. Baby Game would be fun. Babysitting Mama is by the same people who made Cooking Mama, the iconic Wii cooking game. I have genuinely clocked an insane amount of hours on Miss Mama's cooking game. Babysitting Mama, you babysit, and the game came with a real baby. Well, not real, but a stuffed real baby. Not real, a stuffed baby that was in real life. So this was how you played the game. The concept is, yeah, it's insane, but also the gameplay is really interesting and unique, although I don't know if I would choose to play a game where I have to change baby diapers. That was one of the worst things I've ever done on stream. Imagine is probably the only company that could get away with the concept of party babies, and yet it's still a stretch. It's basically a party game that's being driven by a story where you are a caretaker at this daycare, but you also play as a baby. I thought it was a furry for a second. At one point, I literally disassociated playing the game. I am this baby. Like, I'm in the point of view of the baby right now. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, Imagine Party Babies is the winner for that. Burger Island is boring and kind of lame and uncreative, but Action Girls Racing is abysmal. I know that already. Both of these are boring, but Billy the Wizard wins. That for sure. Making executive decisions here. Despite the fact I nearly lost my mind playing Imagine Party Babies, it was still more fun to play than the Bachelor game. Now for one of the most highly anticipated battles yet. Heinous platformers go head to head. Ninja Bread Man is one of the versions of DDI's favorite copy and paste game. I'm not going to include all 4 of these games, but I just chose the one that has the worst reputation, which is Ninja Bread Man. Ninja Bread Man, you play as a ninja who is made out of gingerbread. Your goal is to jump around, fight bad monsters, and collect things. Honestly, the art direction of this game isn't too shabby. I mean, does it look that bad? No, if the gameplay wasn't so terrible, this game could have probably been fun, and I honestly probably would have bought this and been one of those people who were so disappointed. M&M Adventure is also a platformer, but instead you play as the red M&M. When I watched the intro to this game, I felt like I entered a fever dream that had been buried deep into my subconscious.
System error. Enter your unknown address.
I cannot hear their voiceover.
Mode activated. All harvested candies ejected. All robots gone AWOL. All sector doors initiate emergency security lockdown.
The controls and gameplay are marginally better than Ninja Bread Man. M&M Adventure was just so unhinged in a way that made it entertaining. So I think like overall Ninja Bread Man is worse. So America's Next Top Model, my character's face just... Oh wait, is there something on her face? The second time I played it was just completely gone. Anyway, you play as a model. Whoever did the direction for this game needs an award. The voiceover...
I want you to meet me at the indoor catwalk in the city as soon as possible.
Is this supposed to be a British accent? The misogynistic driver.
What does a supermodel know about cars? Don't try to impress me.
The only way you're able to do well is by eating fruit and literally nothing else. I mean, this game was a time capsule. There's rumors that GTA 6 is actually modeled after this game. Solely for the fact that running around in this game is weirdly difficult and the rhythm game of modeling is not fun at all, and the fact that we have to do it so often. With the upset. Okay, we're ending the poll. America's Next Top Model. America's Next Top Model moves on, baby. America's Next Top Model has potential to be fun. Ninja Bread Man has no hope whatsoever. Ninja Bread Man, by a significant amount, has won. And I agree. I think Ninja Bread Man is worse. Ooh! Guys, we have our top 4. I think that this is a good top 4. Wow, what a competition! This one was tough since both of these games are so unpleasant, but Action Girls Racing is actually more playable than Billy the Wizard, so Billy, you're going to the championship, baby. The Bachelor really is the Cinderella game for this competition. Ninja Bread Man was the #1 seed. I had low expectations for both of these games, and somehow The Bachelor still disappointed me. This is so stupid. What? Ninja Bread Man was just as bad as I expected. Also, Ninja Bread Man has actual remnants of a video game. The Bachelor just feels like one of those random mini games you see as ads on websites where you're trying to download a PNG and you think, who actually clicks those? But one time you just decide, I'm gonna click one of those, and then you just end up in the Bachelor video game. That's actually where those mini games take you, is right here. With that, The Bachelor, you are going to the championship. I decided to take the championship match into my own hands. I had chat vote for what they thought the worst game was, and that definitely had an impact on the final decision. I did sacrifice 2 days of my life playing these games for hours on end because I needed this decision to be clear. I was chasing the most unpleasant gaming experience ever. That's something I take seriously. Okay, it's just me today, because literally people were begging me not to play this. So I am going to play the Bachelor game. I'm going to attempt to finish it. I think it's going to rot my brain. So here we go. Yesterday, I played The Bachelor for several hours. I was so exhausted by the end of the day. I felt like I hiked 20 miles straight uphill. I'm still recovering. I can't speak properly today. So I think I killed off a few brain cells doing that, and I can't wait to kill off more because today we're going to be playing Billy the Wizard. Okay, so that's how we slow down, and then... Oh, that's right. This wasn't working well last time.
I'm gonna get crazy on ya.
Oh, stop. Did you hear that? The results are in. Chat has made a decision, as have I. I have an envelope here with the results. The game that has been crowned the worst Wii game ever made is... The Bachelor. Woo! We found it. We found it. We found it. I feel perfectly confident that this is the worst Wii game ever made. Just wow, what a journey it's been. Chat voted, and over 70% of chat said that The Bachelor was the worst game. And I already agreed with them, but I needed to be sure. I needed to play through the entire game. There was a few difference makers. One is the concept of Billy the Wizard. I really liked it. I liked the concept. Yeah, it was a terrible video game, but at least it got progressively harder as you completed things. The Bachelor was the same thing over and over and over again. Every mini game was the same. Every storyline was the same of every guy. They did have the decency to slightly change their story in the beginning when you learn about them, but other than that, it's exactly the same. I don't understand why they made this game. I don't understand how they thought that these boring, irrelevant mini games were going to be enjoyable to anyone. Also, who the hell was this game made for? Because if you are going to make a video game for the demographic who watches The Bachelor, you need to make something that has a little bit of a story. If there would have been more of a story on top of these terrible mini games, this would have been a completely different result. There wasn't an element of choice. Like in the Grey's Anatomy game, there's choice. With the Beastly game, at least you're just moving around in the world. With this game, you just play the stupid mini games that have given me, I think, permanent brain damage. I don't understand. And then the quizzes were so uncreative and boring, and I felt like I was taking a test. I started just answering B because I stopped caring. I didn't care. The fact that they were selling this to people is a complete scam. Now, this is not an attack on the Bachelor franchise. However, how this got through the Bachelor franchise, I have no idea. I don't know what was going on at this time. I don't know how this got passed by ABC and The Bachelor. I think all of us can sit around a fire and agree this is a game that should have never been made. The experience of playing this game every single time left me with this feeling like I was empty, like I've been wasting my life away. This game, I feel like actually at one point rotted half my brain from playing it for so long, in which I reached a point where I couldn't speak as well for like a couple of days because of playing it, because playing those stupid mini games left me in a spiral that I don't know if I've recovered from since. And I know a lot of people are probably going to comment, I can't believe you forgot this game. I can't believe you forgot this game. This game's weak. There's no game worse than The Bachelor. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm not even joking around. It's giving me a pit in my stomach thinking about it. Oh, I hate that game. Anyway, that was the winner. Congratulations to The Bachelor for being the worst game ever made on the Wii. Woohoo! Despite my anger and disdain for The Bachelor game, I had so much fun making this video. And if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. And let me know if you want me to do one for another console. I would enjoy that very much. If you want to join in on chat next time, make sure you have your notifications on so you know the next time I stream. Thank you so much for watching. Talk soon.